Welcome to Shades of Fleet, the Technicians Table, where I asked 6 technicians a few questions about the job, what's changed, and what keeps them going, and what they wish more people understood. Let's hear what they had to share. We started with something simple. What does a good day actually look like? And what makes it a tough one? And the answers weren't just about the work itself. They were about everything around it, the environment, the pressure, and those days where no matter what you do, things just don't go your way.
What does a good day look like for a technician? And what does a tough one look like? It's how big of a challenge they have you're working on a truck and also the environment they're in. I remember days that it was freezing outside in Chicago and I had to work on aircraft outside. Same thing with trucks. Technicians have to sometimes work in the environment. And also very hot days. I've been also in the environment where I had to work in Phoenix or Las Vegas. It's over 100 degrees. So there's a challenge of not always having the ability to be inside in a climate-controlled environment. What kind of concern are you addressing? You may have to do a repair that is a very complex one. And sometimes for a technician, a bad day could be the job was quoted at so many hours, but you have to put more time into it. So it gets to be a challenge sometimes, being the complexity of the repair, trying to diagnose the repair, and also the environmental effects.
A good day would look like really a lot of productivity, a lot of successes within your jobs. And if I'm pulled off of any job to help somebody else or to go on to another job temporarily, I keep really good focus. On the not so good days, the tough days, that would look like broken bolts, stripped bolts, software not wanting to connect, programs not wanting to load, programs taking forever to load, losing programs. Maybe you might just feel off in your cycle and anything you touch just kind of doesn't make you feel successful. Usually I go home on days like that with my brain kind of just not thinking anymore. And those are definitely the days where you pull a lot of lessons from. So tough days aren't that bad. Well, unless you hurt yourself. That can be a tough day.
So a good day is getting to the customers on time, having the units available, having everything we need to get the jobs done scheduled for that day. That's a good day.
When I can leave work at work, no injuries or near misses, completing repairs efficiently without cutting corners, nice weather. When I leave, I know the customer's equipment is in better condition than when I arrived.
A tough day is when you get stuck in traffic or but get there and the unit's not there and you have to reschedule. Those that kind of make it a bad day, or tough day. Not too many tough ones, mostly good ones. So we schedule stuff, we show up, we get stuff done, and we leave.
When it's extremely hot or extremely cold, intermittent faults that won't act up. When I leave mentally exhausted instead of satisfied. When you have to repair something that the previous guy cut corners on.
Well, a good day is when you got plenty of work. You diagnose things pretty easily. You make the repairs, everything comes apart, goes back together good. The repair was correct, and the vehicle's down the road with no other issues. What makes it a tough one is when that doesn't work out right, when none of that falls in place. Every technician knows that sometimes you get those jobs that, you get your tail handed to you at the end of the day. You spend a lot of time in diagnosing something and you think you've got it figured out. You suggest and make the needed repairs and things don't come apart right. It seems like everything you touch it's just things are just not working right. Or you find out after the fact that really didn't solve the whole problem, that there's more issues there. It's nature of the business.
I would say a good day would be having a lot of work to do. Because if you don't have a lot of work, obviously you're not making money. Having easy diagnostics, or completing your diagnostics quickly and efficiently as you go through the flow chart, that's always a plus. When you hit every mark and everything checks out and you figured it out pretty quickly. For me, as well. I liked the weather being good. That always helped the days go by. Doesn't really matter or how bad the day went, as long as it's nice out for me. I mean, I enjoyed it. On a bad day or a tough one, having no work to do, that's never good. Trying to find noises on vehicles can always be a real pain. That's never fun to do, especially when you got to go ride with a customer. And it only happens, going up their driveway at a certain speed. But even then, if you can hear the noise, sometimes it's so bizarre. It's, takes days to find. And then with new vehicles, having the new issues with the new systems, the first model years always have issues. So that's always fun when, you get a brand new vehicle, only a couple hundred miles or maybe a couple thousand miles, and there's a major issue with it and you got to figure it out and there's no info yet. So that's always frustrating. And of course the customer's frustrated. They got a brand new car that they can't use. So that was never fun either. But it's all about how you face it, really. I mean, you can totally make yourself have a bad day getting in your own head about something. So gotta have a good mindset.